Garen, staying with rugby, but the seven-man code, the Hong Kong Sevens, again proving an elusive title for the Blitzbokke to win. Them winning the bronze final against Australia, a really exciting cup semi-final with New Zealand. But again, Fiji coming up trumps, and I mean, how's this all affected the overall standings?
Yeah, so we got Fiji, like you said, we're having won in Hong Kong. They're now top of the log by 5 points from New Zealand, who they beat in the final. New Zealand, in turn, are only a single point ahead of the Blitzbokke. So still quite a bit to play for. With I think it's 3 rounds or so to go in the season. You know, the Blitzbokke, they frustratingly, annoyingly just seem to fall short at the final hurdle every time. You know, they lost their opening game against England in the group phase, then beat Scotland and Russia convincingly, then blanked a very strong USA team in the quarterfinals, then came up against New Zealand in the semis, and it went to 2 extra times, as they sort of do in sevens. Went down there and then bounced back to win the 3rd and 4th playoff match. So, you know, I think Neil Power, the coach, you know, he was full of praise for his team. They didn't get anyone in the team of the week, as they choose afterwards. But, you know, just there or thereabouts, you know, and there's always this worry that, you know, this Blitzbokke team heading to the Olympics, is bronze the best they're gonna do? Are they gonna be contending for that sort of bronze or nothing match? You know, it just doesn't look like they're good enough or believe in themselves enough to you know, pick up the gold or the silver. There seem to be 1 or 2 teams on the day that are just going to be a little bit smarter than them. You know, the Blitzbokke on paper have some of the fastest runners, the most experienced players. They just seem to be struggling a little bit. You know, all these selections where you've got some 15-man side players like, you know, Colby and Ryan Kankowski and Jean de Jong coming in, going out. Brian Banner as well, Francois Hougaard.
I was going to ask, I mean, of those 15-man players, who looks to sort of be in there for the long haul up to the Olympics?
Yeah, that is a very good question. You know, I keep thinking that these 15-man players that come in and are just sort of disrupting the harmony of this tried and tested 7-man squad that we have. You know, players like Brian Banner, who has the speed, has the experience. You know, you'd think he'd be in the mix there. Cheston Colby, sort of made for sevens, in my opinion. You know, he's nippy, he's quick. You know, you just have to be speed helps certainly in sevens. Jean de Jong has done some good things. I'm not 100% certain he's the sort of sevens player that they're actually looking for. Kankowski, a little bit there or thereabouts. You know, he's had injury issues in the past. I don't think he's going to make the final squad to Rio. But there might well be 1 or 2 surprises. I just think the disruptions, and it's not, and
of course depends on their club and country commitments.
Absolutely, you know, and Sario got some deal in place, and you know, Banner's back to France, and a couple of the others all over the world in Japan. So you know, it just seems a little bit of a disruption.
Yeah.
Having said that, you know, New Zealand have sort of taken out Liam Messam, Sonny Bill Williams out of Super Rugby completely, and they're available throughout the tournament, the 7th season. So, you know, that may be the better way to do it. And Sonny Bill looked pretty good this weekend, also coming off a bit of an injury. But, you know, if the Olympics were tomorrow, you'd think that Fiji would be favourites for gold, New Zealand perhaps for the silver, and then sort of South Africa, England, Australia, sort of on the day, depending on the ref, and perhaps fighting it out for the bronze medal. So, you know, we're certainly medal contenders in Rio, but I'm not too sure if it's for gold or silver.